If I had a quarter for every time there was an upset, I'd be a billionaire.
If Francis Ngannou can knock out Tyson Fury, do you think that then becomes the biggest upset?
In the history of sport, definitely. There's no doubt about that.
It's Charlotte Daly here with Male Sport Boxing. I'm joined by the one and only Mike Tyson. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well, Charlotte. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad. I want to get stuck straight into it. Francis Ngannou said that he wanted to work with you quite a while ago. What was your reason for saying yes to him?
How many times are you going to get to be at an immortal event? How many times in my life am I going to be able to do something like this magnitude? So of course I would want to say yes to be a part of it.
And this is obviously going to be one of, if not Francis's biggest fight of his career to date. There's going to be a lot of pressure on his shoulders. You experienced a lot of pressure as well on your shoulders throughout your career. What would you say your biggest fight in terms of that pressure was, and how did you deal with it?
I don't know, the first time I fought for the title against Trevor Burbank, it was a massive amount of pressure on me, but then I realized this. Pressure's a privilege. To have that pressure, not many people ever have that in their life, and they may live to be 90. So I look at it as a privilege to have to be under that kind of pressure and to perform great under it as well.
And is that something you're discussing with Francis in camp, as in how he can deal with that? Are you using your wisdom to kind of help him?
Well, we're helping each other, because I'm learning what he's able to do, and he's able to do so much more than I anticipated. So I'm just looking forward to the event. It's really going to be interesting.
And one of the key talking points about Francis is his power.
Absolutely,
and it's something that everyone loves talking about. What did you think about his power when you first saw it? It must have been quite raw.
Well, it was, but it was astronomical. And having that punch is pretty interesting, but it doesn't have any value if it doesn't land on the target. So we have to work on being more precise with his punches, which he pretty much is. He doesn't need much. He's a pretty rounded individual.
And that is one thing I spoke to him about, was his punching power, and he said that he wants to knock Tyson Fury out. As somebody who is known for knocking a lot of people out, what do you say the trick behind the knockout is, and how are you so successful in getting all of those knockouts?
Well, as you know, me and Francis have different body types, and my anticipation of fighting with people is just to put a lot of pressure on them. It's pressure, make them make mistakes, and I'm counting.
What would you say your proudest knockout was throughout your career?
Well, Larry Holmes, because he beat up Muhammad Ali, I believe 6 years earlier, and I was crying, and I said I'm going to avenge Ali. Okay, yeah.
And do you think Francis has what it takes then to knock out Tyson Fury?
He has what it takes to knock out anything and anybody, and once he lands on Tyson Fury, he's going to knock him out. So it's just, nobody can survive that. Not in UFC and not in boxing as well.
And also, Tyson Fury is quite a character, and he's very animated and he's very loud, and we saw that at the press conference. Francis wasn't like that. He was very humble. What is he like as a character around the gym?
Same thing, very humble, very grateful. He's just an all-around beautiful person, as I was trying to explain to someone earlier.
And Francis is the underdog going into the fight. Tyson Fury is the favourite to win it.
Yes.
But that doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't. If I had a quarter for every time there was an upset, I'd be a billionaire. It happens every moment of the day. Somebody gets upset, some situation gets upset, some deal gets upset. The stock market crashes when you bet it wouldn't crash. It's always adversity in life. But the thing about it is, adversity in life, you get off the fence. That's what happened. We're born, we're on the fence, and then somebody gets off the fence. They make mistakes, and they learn from the mistakes, and then they're successful in what they want to do in life.
And you said that everybody goes through spells like that throughout their life, whether that be in career or sport or just within themselves. It happened to you at one point with Buster Douglas. Do you think if Francis Ngannou can knock out Tyson Fury, do you think that then becomes the biggest upset?
In the history of sport, definitely. There's no doubt about that.
And you want to see it? What round would you want to see that in?
As soon as possible so we can get out of there, as soon as possible.
And obviously he wants to win the fight, but he's talked about wanting to set his credentials within the boxing world and establish himself as a boxer. How important do you think it is for him to go out there and put his best foot forward?
Well, he's going to have to put it forward in order to beat the champ. He has to give everything he got, everything we worked on, everything he trained with, and went under training with me. And he's going to have to use it all. And I don't expect anything less.
And you have met Tyson Fury yourself. He is a big fan of yours, and his dad even named him after you. What is your relationship with Tyson like?
Well, very respectful. Very respectful, yes.
And what do you make of him as a boxer, as a heavyweight?
He's not the all-time great, one of the all-time great. He's really high. I think he's the greatest right now.
What do you think he has to do then in his career to become an all-time great?
Well, he already is. Hey, listen, let's not forget his past. This is not his first fight. This is Francis' first fight. This guy's been defending his title. He's undefeated. Listen, he's the new sensation in boxing. There's no doubt about that. But we're here to take him off his throne.
And Francis said that some people, if they haven't experienced a loss in their career, they don't have the same sort of tools and the same sort of hunger to be able to go out and pull out great performances. Do you think that's a valid point?
I agree, but not with Tyson Fury. He's going to always bring a good night, he'll always fight hard. And if, we're trying to hit him with a shot and knock him cold, because normally if you don't knock him out, he gets back up and fights hard. I just think I'm with the right fighter on that night.
And we watched him against Deontay Wilder.
Oh, that was amazing, yeah.
What did you make of that performance, first of all?
I thought that was one of the great, if not the greatest of all time. These guys are really doing it, him and Mr. Wilder. They're really, really doing it for boxing. They're making boxing. When they don't fight, the guys like Spence and Crawford, they take over. The little guys take over. But when Tyson fights, the world let his beck and call.
And then, talking about the heavyweight division as a whole for a second, how do you rate it in the caliber of the heavyweights at the moment compared to your time?
Hey, listen, it's different now. Fighters are more athletic now. I think they have great qualities in the heavyweight today. They just need to fight each other. A lot of talented heavyweights, they just need to fight each other. Joyce, he fights anybody. He got beat twice, but he's fighting them. These other guys don't even fight anybody, to see who they are. So I respect them for that. And so that's just the problem in the heavyweight division. People need to fight each other. Fight each other twice, 3 times. Just keep fighting each other.
Yeah.